My blue dress. That'd be good. No, I'm fine. This is fine. This is good. I'm gonna stop worrying because Josh and I are friends, and they do nice things together. And last night was nice. It was very nice. I guess there's no reason to think tonight won't be too.
Hey, has she come down yet?
No, not yet. So tonight's the night, huh?
Yeah, she has that business meeting tonight, so she should be gone for a while.
Are you sure you're going to find a phone number and address up there?
Well, I know that she's been in touch with her sister. I just need to find some clue as to where Jonathan is. And Selena, thank you. Thank you for the key and for understanding.
You're welcome. I know you want to do the right thing. Sometimes it's just hard to know what that is.
Yeah, well, you seem to be the only person who believes me.
You know, I've found that people lose trust in you if you decide to try to live their lives for them. I mean, I did that with Drew when I first found her, and I didn't give her a say in her own life.
I think I did that with Richard, too. I mean, I decided John's future on my own. I made it my choice when it was Richard's, too.
Yeah. It's funny when you have what's best for your child on the brain, everything else goes out the window.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I thought at the time I was making the right decision. You know, with Edmund out there, I thought it was the only thing I could do. And I'm not really sure whether Richard could see what was best for Jonathan at the time.
But you're sure now, because, I mean, if you find that address and give it to Richard...
No, I am. I'm absolutely sure that I'm doing the right thing. I mean, I've made so many mistakes these past few months, and I think that I can fix this one. And I know how much Richard loves Jonathan, and that he would never do anything to hurt him.
Oh, well, my girlfriend likes to get dressed for a business meeting.
You can say that again. I better get up there.
Okay, listen, be careful.
I will. It's too much at stake to mess up now. Okay.
Wow. You look fantastic.
Thanks. Thank you. So do you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for meeting me so early.
Sure, my pleasure.
So I guess we better go then.
I guess we should.
Let's go.
Bail hearing is today. Ross wants her to go free before the trial. He believes she's innocent. So does Jesse. And I hope they're right. But only you know the truth, Dad. I wish you could tell me. Sometimes I feel like you could. When I'm here, I feel so close to you, like you can hear my voice. I can touch you in a way. I just wish you were here with me. I want you here with me so much, Dad. All I can think about is all the things I wanted to share with you. I wanted you to walk me down the aisle at my wedding. I wanted you to see Selena walk again. I wanted everything. I wanted everyday life, you know? I wanted father-daughter things. I don't think anyone understands what it feels like to want that. And to never have it. wanted was for someone to call me their little girl. I wanted someone to make me feel pure and innocent. I never felt that way. My chance was taken away. Oh, Dad, please. Please, I know you're in heaven. You have to talk to God. Okay? You have to tell him to help me. Because if she goes free, and she did this, I don't know what I'm gonna do to her.
All right, Mr. Marler, I hope you have a good reason for making me reconsider your client's bail, so make it quick. It's late. I want to call it a day.
All right. Bailiff, would you bring in Mr. Murray, please?
What's the new evidence?
Your Honor, this witness is going to testify that the defendant was on the other side of town at the time of Ben Warren's murder. Mr. Murray, please have a seat right there. Now, Your Honor, we feel that this testimony will establish that Michelle Bauer-Santos couldn't possibly have committed this crime.
Wow, the salmon looks good. And you're worried about me. A little. Don't be, okay? You don't know how you feel about things, and I don't know how I feel. Let's just be honest with each other. That's all I've ever asked.
Okay. Honestly speaking, last night was extraordinary.
No regrets?
No.
Guilt?
No.
Confusion?
Yes. But it's something new. You said that yourself.
Right, I did. Good, just as long as we're on the same page.
And as long as we're both okay with what happened.
I am.
I am.
Good, well then we have no problems.
That's right.
Except maybe we do. You do, anyway.
How so?
Well, it's not because of me, but because of Reva.
Been in touch. Olivia does know where my son is. But where?
Is that your sworn testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
So why didn't you come forward sooner? Mrs. Santos' arrest has been all over the news.
Well, I was out of town. I didn't hear about it until I got back.
And you're sure that this is the woman you saw that evening, Mr. Murray?
Oh, I've known Michelle since she was a little girl. I'd recognize her anywhere.
Since she was a little girl. Seems to be a trend in this town. So why didn't you say hello?
Well, like I said, by the time I got to the door, she was walking away.
That was exactly the time of the murder? And you knew it was that time because...
Well, I had just signed for a delivery, and I had to write down the time.
Your Honor, here is the receipt and a statement from the delivery man for your records.
Now, let's talk about how long it takes to...
Oh, let's not, Counselor. I've heard enough of this story. You're dismissed.
Thank you, Miss Smith.
You're ready to make a ruling?
No, I want to talk to someone else. You. If you're so innocent, why did you lie about your alibi that night?
Well, that I can explain.
Please do.
The truth is, Your Honor, before Mr. Murray's testimony, I didn't have an alibi at all. I did go to the ice cream store that night, and I did go to my mother's grave, but I didn't think anybody had seen me. And that's not an excuse. I've always believed in the truth. I've always believed in the system. It's just this once. I didn't really know if I could. I don't know what happened the night of Ben's murder. I wasn't there. And thanks to Mr. Murray's testimony, the truth is coming out, and I want to fight for that, and I want to believe in it still.
I'm ready to make my decision. Phone bill.
San Jamar, San Cristobal. All the same number.
It's just that you're still so protective of Reva's feelings, even though she's dealing with feelings of her own for somebody else.
What Reva and I are each dealing with right now, we just have to deal with on our own, that's all.
And you're doing that by...
I haven't the faintest idea.
Oh,
I'm just trying to move forward and do what feels right. Thank you.
For what?
For bringing this up and talking about this. It could have been very uncomfortable, but it's not, actually.
I want to be able to talk about everything with you. And look, I'm really okay with taking it one day at a time, if that's what you want.
Do you ever say the wrong thing?
Well, it depends on how you take what I'm about to say. Is it me? Or is this wine just really, really bad?
If you haven't guessed, I'm not too happy to be here. I don't like being forced to make a bail decision because of a false alibi and a last-minute witness. As far as I'm concerned, the evidence against Miss Santos is still quite persuasive. But with the new testimony, it isn't overwhelming. The desperation that the accused would feel is greatly lessened. And I am impressed by you and your counsel's move to push the trial date up to next week. I don't think the defendant is a flight risk. Therefore, I'm going to grant bail.
I can't let him back home. I can't.
I know. See, I told you. Oh, I told you. Okay.
Where's Mr. Murray? I want to thank him.
I think he's probably waiting outside. Why don't we do that later?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Ross, thank you so much.
Oh, sure. I'm just glad it all worked out finally.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Jessica.
Oh.
I really appreciate it.
I am so happy for you.
Okay,
Ross,
what do we need to do?
I'm gonna go pay Ross. I'm gonna go pay bail, and then I'll have the bondsman call up here so that you can get Michelle out of here as soon as possible. I'm gonna meet you back here, okay?
Okay, listen.
What?
You know how much I want to be with you right now, right? You know that?
Yes, sir.
I just, there's something I need to do before I go home.
Well, what?
It's just, I can't go into it right now, but it's really important. Just trust me on this one.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, would you want to get your own way home?
Yeah, yeah, I'll
Get yourself
come,
home,
yeah,
I'll meet you there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, don't be long. Okay.
I really, really appreciate you having faith in me all this time.
I'm just really glad that you got a break.
I know. And I know that your support has caused some problems between you and Drew, but I'm going to go fix that, okay? I'm going to take care of it.
Michelle, you ready to go?
Absolutely. Thanks.
Len. Hi, remember me, Jesse Blue? I don't know if you remember me.
Sure. You used to come to my shop all the time with
Yeah,
Michelle.
that's right,
Actually, I was looking for her. Do you know where she is?
Well, she actually had to go with her lawyer and sign some papers. But I know that she did want to thank you.
Oh, well, I just wanted to wish her luck at the trial. Will you tell her?
I will. You know, you don't know how grateful we all are. I know it must have not been easy to come forward like you did.
Yes, I know.
You know, Danny, he filled me in on all the details while we were waiting for Michelle.
Everything?
Yeah. You know, me and Michelle are still really good friends. But, if I was in your shoes, I mean, I would have done the exact same thing. In a heartbeat.
I know, regret it a bit.
Good.
But, you know, it's not easy to lie under oath like that.
What?
It's a lie. Well, why do you look so surprised? You said Danny told you.
You know, I just can't believe that you're the middle child. I would have thought that you were the oldest. Oh, man, that was bad.
Oh, why? Do I
I'm
show
sorry.
my age that well,
No,
huh?
that's not what I meant at all. I just meant that when I saw you with Marissa in San Cristobal, I just assumed that you were the caretaker of the family.
Yeah, I guess I have taken care of my sister, my little brother.
Mm.
My parents divorced when we were pretty young, so they took it pretty hard.
What about you?
I was 12, and I always felt like Daddy's little girl. Guess I still did. I don't know. I thought the worst thing in the world was him moving out. But then a year later, he died, so...
I'm sorry.
Marissa just fell apart, you know, and my younger brother, he was really too young to understand anything. But I tell you what, it didn't take long for him to get into a lot of trouble.
And how did you deal with it?
I just did. I knew my dad would want me to keep things together, so that's what I tried to do.
You know, I think it's great that you were that you were there for your family. But when my father passed away, I really needed to talk and cry and laugh and tell stories about him. It doesn't sound like you got the chance to do that.
Well, I don't know if I could have explained what I was feeling at the time anyway, so... Besides, my dad was the only person who could get me talking at that age.
He was a fisherman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he would come home with the most amazing stories every day.
Well, now that sounds familiar.
Familiar? Why?
Yes.
Because was HB a storyteller?
Well, that's an understatement.
I bet you those two would have loved to talk.
I'm sure they would have, but that's not what I meant. I was thinking about your storytelling ability. Your infamous imagination.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Well, that was actually my favorite part of the night. I would sit on my dad's knee, and after each story he would tell me, he would ask me to tell him one back. And he would listen so intently. You know, like the adventures of my dolls were the most fascinating stories he's ever heard.
Sounds like you had a pretty special bond with your father.
No one loved me like my father did. It was just so...
Unconditional.
Yeah. I guess that's parents for you, right? So tell me about this legendary HB. You must have a story or two.
Or 3 or 400. But in the interest of time, I think we should save that for another night, huh?
Promise?
I promise. I'll tell you what, though, if you really want to hear stories about HB, you should talk to Billy, because he's the storyteller, not me. What?
Well, just that Billy isn't exactly my biggest fan.
He's very protective of Reva. HB was the same way.
I'm not surprised.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean it. I honestly can understand why people are drawn to Reva. My whole country was drawn to Reva. I was her friend.
Well, there's definitely something about her, yes. And it's amazing that you can smile about that and laugh about it.
Sometimes you have to, right? You know, I'm really sorry, because I should be helping you get your mind off Reva. Instead, I keep talking about her.
It's okay.
No, it isn't. You deserve a break, and we were having a really nice time.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're still having a nice time.
No matter what happens, Dad, I'll get you justice. I'll make sure whoever did this to you pays for it. Because I love you.
They let you go?
The judge decided that the evidence wasn't as overwhelming as everybody else thought.
What are you doing here?
I'm here because I don't care about everybody else. I care about you. I know you're still dealing with the loss of your...
I did not lose him. He was taken from me, okay?
Drew, I know that there's no other explanation right now and there's nobody else to be angry with. And I'm sure you're still thinking that I'm responsible for this. But if you could just try to believe me, if you could just try to open up and listen. Let go.
I can't let go.
Okay, maybe that's impossible for you right now. But what I'm seeing is my friend who's hurting. We were best friends before this. Best friends, Drew. And I need my best friend right now. And I think you do as well.
I cannot believe you. I cannot do this. Not here, not now, not at my father's grave.
Drew, I know how you're feeling.
No, you don't. You don't know how I'm feeling, okay? You don't know what it's like to have your father's blood on your hands.
Okay. I can't even imagine what that must be like to find someone that I love the way that you found Ben. I can't even fathom it. But I could never have done it either. I could never have done that to you.
Michelle, in your
I
room with
know.
my father's blood on
I
them.
knew
There was a witness who saw you. I can't just take your word, okay? This is my father. I can't do that. I have to know.
You don't have to take my word anymore. There's new evidence. There's a witness.
Who saw you?
No. There's a man who saw me across town at the exact same time that the maid said she saw me at Tower.
That's impossible.
It's not impossible, Drew. One of them is lying. And the maid split.
You're saying you have an alibi. You have a real alibi.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm innocent. You can believe it, Drew. You can believe it.
Hey, is Michelle gone already?
No.
Did she say where she was going?
No, she didn't.
I have a feeling she went looking for Drew.
To talk about the witness?
Yeah. I gotta go find them. Do you know where they might be?
No.
All right, okay.
Listen, Danny.
What?
I talked to Lynn.
Oh, yeah? Did you thank him? Because I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, of course I did. I mean, without him, Michelle would still be in jail, without much chance of being acquitted.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So you really owe him, right?
No, he's just doing the right thing.
Oh, you mean telling the truth?
What are you getting at?
Look, he told me he lied.
What? No. You totally misunderstood.
No, I didn't
Jesse.
misunderstood. He thought I knew, and he told me he lied. And I'm sure that you put him up to it, so why don't you just admit it?
I didn't put him up to anything.
Look, this is Michelle's life you're messing with here. And you didn't tell her. Because if you would have told her, I know that she wouldn't have been able to talk about the truth the way she just did.
Oh. You're getting smarter, Jesse.
You know, you are unbelievable.
What?
This is her life you're dealing with. Do you know what this is going to do to her if she finds out?
Oh, she's not going to find out, Jesse.
Well, she deserves to know the truth,
You are not
Danny.
going to say anything to her. You understand? Not one word. You know, I'm sorry if this is painful for me to bring up, but you've not said a whole lot about what it's like for you to be separated from Marissa and Jonathan.
Well, to be honest, I haven't. Because I thought it was a painful subject for you.
Well, you can talk to me about Jonathan. I know he was a big part of your life.
I miss them a lot, and my sister and Alfred. And and knowing I can't see them, but Reva did the right thing, you know? I mean, it's important for me that they're together and happy, and it's a sacrifice that I'll always be grateful for. And there I go, doing it again. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Nothing. Yours. You're saying what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and that's what we promised we'd do, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking right now is I would love to go back to your place and have a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Hi. I'm trying to reach an Alfred or a Marissa Sawyer. Are those your parents? And you're Jonathan, right? Is your mom home? I see. Well, what I'm doing is I'm calling the families in the area to ask some questions, and I realize from the records here that you're new to the area, right? Well, how do you like it? Are you happy? I see. You miss your old home. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, yeah, going to school at home is very different. But you know what? There's a good thing about that, because it takes time to get used to different things. But you just hang in there, okay? Okay. Well, that's really all I wanted to find out, except actually there is one more thing, and since you're such a big boy, maybe you can help me with this too. Right, you're 7. 7 is very old, so what I'm doing is checking the address that we have on our records for where you live, and we have it down as 3275 Ocean Parkway. No. Oh, okay, 6711 North Shore Road, San Jamar. You've been a very big help, and I'll be sure we change that in our records, okay? Will you take care of yourself, too? Okay, Jonathan. Bye. I love you so much, sweetheart. And if it was wrong for me to send you and your parents away, then I'm going to make it right. gonna make it right for you, for everyone.
I know the maid is telling a different story. But she's lying. Whoever set me up told her what to say. That is the only explanation, Drew. Do you know how much I want to believe you, Michelle? Ken, I know it was hard at first. I know. But there's evidence now. There's proof that I couldn't have done this. I'm sorry. It shouldn't take that. And I'm sorry. It's okay. It's just I promised my dad justice. And I'm afraid if I let that go, then I'm letting go of him. I know you want to hold on to his memory. It's all I have left. Michelle, it's all I have left, and I can't let it go. Drew. I know what it's like to miss someone so much that you don't know how you're going to deal with it. And that night, I went to talk to my mother like you're talking to Ben. And she helped me realize that I had to get over my anger and I had to realize what was most important. And that was you. I want you back in my life. I want you to be able to talk to me if you have to. I want you to be able to cry to me if you have to. Isn't that what best friends are for? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, you know what? My gloves. I must have left them.
At the restaurant?
No, I'm pretty sure I had them in the car.
Go on in. I'll go check the car.
Okay. I'll put the coffee on. These would be my gloves. Right. Should tell you.
Hi, I need to book a round-trip flight to San Cristobal, please.
I'm sorry. That was just a close call.
Yeah, she almost saw us together. It's okay. You explained. I understand.
You know something? I had a great time. And I'd like to do it again. But maybe we should just call it a date.
Sure.
How about dinner on Saturday? How would that be?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Maybe we could pick a restaurant that Reva doesn't know about. I had a really great time, too.
Even with all my baggage?
Yeah, even with all your baggage.
Well, you could do a whole lot better, you know.
I think that's a matter of opinion.
So I guess this is good night. Or goodbye.
So long. It is. See ya. But you said no expectations, right? So here.
Well, can't we just pretend that that doesn't include goodbye kisses? Just this once.
You want to start over?
I would love to.
Goodbye, Josh.
Goodbye, Olivia.
I missed you so much. I miss you too. Listen to me. I'm gonna do whatever I can to help you find who took your father from you. I promise.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I didn't believe you, okay? I'm really sorry, Michelle. It's awful. You're my best friend.
If I was you, I would have had the same question.
No, I
There
shouldn't
was a
have.
lot of evidence. It was your father's
I
life,
shouldn't
Drew.
have believed your word, but I'm just,
You just wanted something concrete to hold on to, I know. But now you have it. You have proof. And we have our friendship back, right?
I love you. I'm so sorry.
I love you too.
No, this is not gonna work,
Listen to
Danny.
me. You, me, and Len are the only people who know about this. He and I sure as hell aren't going to say anything, and if you care about Michelle, neither are you.
I do care about her.
Okay.
Okay, but this is her life you're putting on the line.
I'm saving her life. I'm saving her life. Do you think she would have been able to testify like she did if she knew the truth? If you say anything about this, you'll be the one putting her life on the line. Michelle did not kill Ben, and you know it.
Yes, I know
Okay,
that.
all right. Well, Len is Michelle's only chance. If this was Drew's life that we were talking about, you wouldn't do the same thing.
Yeah, I would. I would do the same thing. But this is a hell of a risk you're taking, Danny.
Look, all I care about is that Michelle is acquitted. And she will be if you keep your mouth shut.
I'll keep my mouth shut. I want this for her, too. Listen, Drew has been looking for anything to believe that Michelle is innocent.
Well, I hope they're working things out right now. I do.
They probably are. But you know, she's gonna think that this witness is like an answer to one of her prayers. And if she or Michelle find out the truth about this, it's gonna kill them. And then nobody will believe that Michelle is innocent again. She will end up in jail so fast, it'll make your head spin, Danny. And this time, she will never get out.
Coming soon on Guiding Light.
I wasn't supposed to be attracted to her, and clearly I am.
For the first time, I truly and honestly feel like this could happen.
This has been Guiding Light. Menswear provided by Versace Classic.